Welcome back, thanks for coming back. Possibly the greatest love song ever written, bar none, in my opinion anyway, and of course an awful lot of people agree. And of course he is Cypriot by origin, yeah, Cypriot father and of course an English mother. Born and bred in downtown London, and apparently, I mean don't quote me on this, but apparently never ever came to Cyprus. Once I remember watching an episode of an interview with him, and once he went to Greece to do a concert, but apparently he never ever came to Cyprus. Although a lot of people in Cyprus do say that he has a house over here and that he's kept coming backwards and forwards. So who knows? Who knows? Only the great man, of course, George Michael, or Kyriakos Georgios, I think was his actual birth name. Anyway, where are we? We're heading down from Armu. We're going to go through Konya village. We're going to go over the Limassol roundabout, and we're going to work our way down towards the universal area of Paphos. And you are going to get some spectacalities of views, because as you can see, the sun is pluming in the blueness of the sky. Over distance is the blue Mediterranean Sea. We've got a spectacality of a day indeed, there's no doubt about that. Temperatures up to around 36, 37 degrees. Yep, you heard me correctly. So if you are looking for a spectacality of a place to come for perhaps a fortnight, a week, who knows, even the rest of your life, Paphos should be at the very, very top of your list. And of course, only the other day, the president of Cyprus was in Paphos. He came down to go to Coral Bay. He pops down now and again, by the way, because he's actually from Paphos. And of course, the great man in charge of Paphos, that's Padonis, the mayor. He's the greatest mayor in the world. He's done wonders for Paphos over the last few years. Come under criticism from locals and foreigners and tourists alike, because of course when it affects you, you get a little bit upset. But I promise you, downtown Paphos, if you're coming in July, August, September, or any time after that, you're going to get a spectacality of a whole day indeed, because Paphos is almost done. The promenade is spectacular. The harbour is absolutely amazing. And for those of you who venture that little bit further, out past the harbour from the Paphos Castle, and then take a right and head out along the coastal pathway to the Lighthouse Beach, Kefalios Beach area, Faras Beach area. All that pathway is done as well. You know, wow, what more can you ask for? And on top of that, the sun is beaming, the sky is blue, the sea is blue. Mr. Paul is dressed head to toe in blue. He's got a big cigar, and all I'm thinking about is you. So big shout out to you guys who come back to the channel now and again, and we do thank you very, very much indeed. I'd like to thank one or two of the superstar members on the Buy Me a Coffee platform, and I'd like to thank them for the concerns, because there has been a fire kicking off in the hillside. Luckily for us, we're 2 mountains away, but we wish all of those people, well, the best of luck, and hopefully no one comes to great harm, shall we say. No one, yeah, I'm not going to say any more, but hopefully the boys and the girls with the fire crews and all the aeroplanes will get that fire under control, which I know they will, because they are very, very professional at what they do. They often come under criticism again, doesn't it? You know, fire service. I had a friend in the fire service in the UK, and people say, oh, you don't do a lot, you don't work very hard. Well, maybe on some days they don't, but when a life needs to be saved or a fire needs to be put out, that's when you remember those boys and those girls in the fire crew, don't you? Yeah. So hats off to them in Paphos in particular. They do have now and again to go into danger, and unfortunately, as the years have gone by since I've been in Cyprus, a few have died. Yeah, you heard me correctly. So anyway, enough on that morbid subject. Unfortunately, this time of year in hot countries, we do get things called wildfires, and well, there you go. Best thing to do, jump into the blue Mediterranean Sea. But anyway, as I was saying, I'd like to say a big thank you to some of the guys that buy us coffees on the Buy Me a Coffee platform, and some of the people that even go that step further and join us as superstar members, starting off at only €10 a month. If your name is Lady Kerry, there's a Lord in your life called Lord Tony, thank you very, very much indeed. And of course, we're looking forward to seeing you in September. If your name is Lord of the Lee, the Mountain Man with the Honeymoon Bride, of course that's Lady Vicky, we thank you If your name is Duke of the Film, and there's a girl in your life called Duchess Sharon, we thank you very, very much indeed. But on top of all of that, I'd like to wish you, Duke Phil, a very, very happy birthday indeed. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. Hopefully Sharon will push it that little bit extra and make sure that you really have an absolute spectacality of a day indeed. And yeah, keep looking at the internet and see if you can find that perfect place. It could be the Danish Central Hotel, or perhaps an apartment in and around there, because of course, as its name suggests, it is central in downtown Cato Paphos. I've mentioned this a few times now. I'm not attacking any hotel or any apartment complex anywhere on the whole island of Cyprus, because obviously every place has that special place in everyone's hearts. But if you're planning on coming to Paphos and you're planning on hanging out in downtown Cato Paphos, there's not much point in staying in Coral Bay. So if you're going to stay somewhere and you want to know where it is, drop it into the comments and I'll do my very, very best to do a driveway. Promise there'll be no shooting, and I'll show you exactly where somewhere is in relation to where you may want to be. For example, you may want to rent a villa in and around Coral Bay. And again, just because it says Coral Bay, that doesn't mean it's within walking distance of the Coral Bay strip. I think you get my gist. So drop it in the comments and I'll do a drive-by. Promise there'll be no shooting, and I'll take you to that point of interest where you may want to go. So, where are we? What's going on here, Andrea? Yeah, Andrea's having a little power nap. Perhaps she's attending to Sir Mart. Who knows? Perhaps she's cuddling his feet or something like that. Might be a little bit cold in downtown Norfolk. Big shout out to some of our favourite people who come into Paphos very, very soon indeed, and they're going to be staying in Coral Bay. There's a bit of a gaggle of them. Her name is Lady Ali, of course, her partner in her crimes, our Lord Neil, and of course Lord Mike, that's Ali's dad, and of course Sir Brian, who is Neil's dad. But I got a feeling that Brian may be getting a promotion soon, because when he comes to Paphos, it's going to be his birthday. So if he comes down to the Cato Paphos Harbour like he did last year, and if Mr. Paul sees him, I'm going to promote him, because it doesn't seem fair. All the other men in the little gaggle are lords and he's only a sir. So that will be my birthday gift to Sir Brian from downtown in Norfolk. So this is it, the tree-lined avenue that takes us all the way down to Cato Paphos, and it's a spectacality, believe it. I don't keep saying it, but it is. It really, really is indeed. A lot of blueness in the sky, and I got a feeling there's a lot of people in downtown Cato Paphos having an absolutely fabulous time. So I'm going to go try and capture one or two of them on camera. I think we're going to go and strut our stuff down Bar Street, have a chat with some of the Gumbarus along there, show you as Bar Street kicks up into life. I mean, Bar Street doesn't really get going until maybe 10:30, and then of course it woogies all the way through the night till the early hours. So if you are looking for a late night and perhaps a tipple or two, a dance, a karaoke in the early hours of the morning, Bar Street is that place that's waiting especially for you. Now, word of warning, if you are out and about in a car, perhaps you've hired one or borrowed one or even stolen one. If I was you, I'd be careful at lots of the traffic lights, because they are what we call traffic controlled, camera controlled lights now. So if you do something naughty, like cross the line, not necessarily go all the way over it, just put those front wheels over the line, or go through an amber or red, obviously, they're going to flash you. And I don't mean with a Mac on. They are going to take a picture of you, and you're going to get an infringement on your credit card through the post. It's as simple as that. And don't get clever and think you can boot it to go through the lights to beat them before they go, because guess what? They're going to send you a ticket and an infringement on your credit card for speeding if you do that. I tell you what, these governments around the world are getting very, very clever at finding ways to make more and more money out of us, aren't they? Because they never seem to put speed cameras at points of interest where people actually are, well, speeding, shall we say. You know, I don't consider someone doing 35 miles an hour in a 30 in the UK, so that's 65-ish kilometres an hour in a 50 in Cyprus, as speeding. And neither do you, I've no doubt. We've all been done for doing 1 or 2 miles an hour over it, but yet just down the road there's some chappie racing past you in a big bore exhaust Lamborghini at 200 miles an hour, and for some reason he seems to get away with it. Why? Because that's the president of your country, probably. Anyway, rant over. Lord Andy of downtown Shropshire, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys, and of course Lady Ness, when you come back to Cyprus in September. And I wonder who else is coming in September. Ooh, let me think. The girl in charge of the show, that's our day man from downtown Hartlepool, and rumour has it she may be bringing the man of her dreams. It could be. You let us know in the comments, Sir Peter, are you coming to Paphos? If you are, don't worry, there's plenty of room in the Jag. Dayman can sit in the back and we'll chuck you in the boot. So, downtown Cape Paphos, we're about to enter it. Here we go. As we cross over this roundabout, there is a little sign that says Cato Paphos 2 kilometres. But as far as I'm concerned, and most of us locals, this is downtown Cato Paphos. What have we got around here? Well, I'll tell you what, the triangle is coming up at the end, and there's plenty of bars, plenty of restaurants in this area. If this is your first night, shall we say, staying at the Veronica Hotel, and you don't fancy venturing that far, restaurant to the right of you, restaurant across the road, and then just down here is what we call the triangle, and there's 1 or 2 restaurants on there, well, that's for sure. And of course right in front of us is the Olympic Lagoon Resort. That's a 5-star luxury resort sitting on the cusp of the blue Mediterranean Sea. So if you like what you see, hit the like, click that subscribe, and please don't forget to keep on coming back for that little bit more of my complete and utter madness as I take you on my travels in and around Paphos. See, all lit up. All that's missing is you. And of course, if you want to keep the channel afloat, please consider to hunt us down on the Buy Me a Coffee platform. If you Google these magic words, Marika and me, buy me a coffee, Marika and me, up will come our landing page. You'll have the opportunity to read that a little bit more about us, and of course a comment or two if you wish, because people do like to do that, don't they? To see if there's like-minded people like themselves, and there's plenty of them on the Buy Me a Coffee platform associated with Marika and me. So hopefully you'll give us a coffee or two, pop a little bit of benzene in the tank as a thank you, as a gesture of goodwill, perhaps to make us making these videos especially for you. You can also join us, as I've said, as a superstar member, starting off at €10 a month. Get yourself a special title, get yourself closer to Marika and me, and of course entitle yourself to privileges and discounts in and around the downtown Cape Paphos Promenade and Harbour area. There we go. Gentleman on a bike and gentleman on a scooter. See how the world is changing, isn't it? They're trying to get us off out of cars, aren't they? Trying to get us into electric cars, aren't they? Sir of the Marcus in downtown Essex. What's your electric car like on the inulations in and around Essex, by the way? Just curious to know. I know it's a Tesla, so that's an upmarket car, isn't it? Although they do have a habit of, yeah, stop it now. Stop it now. Don't insult the people who like to watch the channel now and again. Although I do quite fancy a Tesla S, to be honest. I think it does look quite nice, especially the Mark 1 ones before they got rid of the grille, because they didn't want you to think it was a car. So, what's yours, Marcus? Drop it in the comments. But I was parked by one the other day in white, and I tell you what, it did look quite nice. So, you never know. When that Marika and me mansion gets built, and we've got those photovoltaic systems that produces free electricity, you see? I know you thought I was stupid. Well, I am stupid, but if you're producing free electricity, well, a wise man buys an electric car, doesn't he? Well, maybe not. Maybe not a wise man. Sorry, Sir Marcus. Anyway, downtown Cape Paphos, here it is in all of its glory. I'm going to go and do a dismount, and we're going to go in and around Bar Street. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you'll join me again very, very soon indeed, and I will look forward to your company. Oh, it's busy. Look at that. Gridlock. There we are. Downtown Paphos. What's going on, Dizzy Blonde? What is going on in the world? Potholes, inulations, and gridlock traffic all rolled into one. But luckily, the sun is shining. Well, it's not anymore, but you know what I mean. It's looking absolutely amazing in downtown Cape Paphos all that's missing is you. So I'm going to light this big boy now. That's it. Let the camera roll as I smoke the big boy, and then dismounting time. So don't forget to come back if you want to see Bar Street as it boots up into life on a rather pleasant summer's eve in downtown Ghetto Paphos. Lovely. There you go, Baron Bond cigar. See, when you're monkeying around in downtown Benidorm, I'm smoking a big cigar, and hopefully Lady Victoria's getting a little bit of peace and quiet and wandering around with that dog called Rex. Zebra crossings, what is going on in the world? And these silly things on pavements as well. I tell you, used to be able to park anywhere, and now you can't park at all. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again very, very soon. Indeed. Take this traffic's getting